where Yakko is. He should be here by now. Woohoo! Oh, yeah! Pow, pow, pouch! Oof. Hey, big bro, what you doing? Tested out my new Tron cycle. Isn't that cool? I just bought off the market. And those cowboy guns, too? Well, yeah, sis, it's my new thing now. That you're a Tron cycle-ish cowboy guy? Yeah! What do you think? I'm gonna be a total new Tron-ish sheriff of the Tron cycle world of spelling all that apple dumpling in their tracks. Yakko, I think you might want to explain what you're actually reviewing. That way people no one gets confused. Oh, hello there. This is awkward. Welcome to our Disney Countdown reviews. I'm Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. I'm the cute one, by the way. We're going to review all Disney movies throughout this whole month. Starting with our 2 new movies that people just voted on the community tab. If you guys weren't there, we had a tie. Yeah, a big one. Apple Dumpling Gang and Tron. So thank you, all of you, for you two, for voting for your thing for me to review today. So, I'll be reviewing. I was doing all the live action ones. Me doing all the Marvel ones, and me doing all the TV show ones. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun with many of our reviews today. So let's get down to our first 2 movies that we're going to review. Tron and Apple Dumpling Gang. First, let's start the Apple Dumpling Gang. The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again is a sequel to the first Apple Dumpling Gang story. It's about these 2 robbers that came into town that are bumbling idiots. They're like the Harry and Marv kind of characters, like Home Alone. Yeah, pretty much. Only there's no Kevin Callister to stop them. Instead, there are these 3 kids that join in to help them out to rob. They trick them into thinking that they're part of some kind of robbery and try to help them out. But with a few exceptions, they are with a new family and they find out what they're trying to do and all that crazy hijacks ensue. And that's the first movie. It's awfully really good, doesn't it? Yeah. And it wasn't exactly the way we expected. It was honestly far going to be more of what this movie turned out to be. The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again, the story. This movie, in particular the sequel, takes place somewhere after the events of the first movie, where the 2 robbers are still traveling on their robbery ways without the kids, ending up in another western area, where they get into a robbery and accidentally get trapped in there. But they were mistakenly excused for a different robbery that happened. For different robbers that got money and got away. Thinking it was them, they get captured and few for explanation. Throughout the whole movie, they try to clear their name, letting them know that they weren't the ones that did it. Leading to little hijacks and different things ensuing, like them getting into the army. Before they knew they were robbers in the first place, getting into a train chase, and many more of these hijinks. They also break out of a robbery. They also break out of a jail at some point. Yeah, no kidding. I would never be in there. I'm too cute for there. But anyway, it's all in good fun. It's a really funny movie, and I really enjoy the story and how it works out. It's a really funny way. It's like the Apple Dumpling Gang I wish I could have had before. Unlike the kids that just weren't there that didn't have to be there in the first place. I mean, while I do like the kids in the original movie, and the way it all would have been a shout-out, it would have been too annoying and too distracting from the original story of what they were really trying to tell us. Also, I think they just could have came in for a cameo or something. But for what it is, they didn't have to have them be in there. I just wish they could have been there for a cameo or something. The characters. The characters are very funny and very enjoyable to watch. The 2 robbers are pretty funny as well. the sheriffs and the other guys are pretty funny too, in the way they try to find the apple dumpling gang the best way they can. This mission is just hilarious, and the way they just portray it all is really fun too. Overall, this movie is a lot of fun and very funny if you're looking into a very funny movie for sure. Yeah, we enjoy it very much, don't we, sis? We sure do. I highly recommend you watch it if you're looking for a funny little comedy movie to watch, but Western themed as well. And now we'll be reviewing Tron, another great movie that I like to recommend. Tron, as we all know, is a movie about a person who gets trapped in a video game. Being this guy, who is a hacker. He hacks into the system that he works in. He took all his company and stuff and turned it into something else. He made his stuff into an arcade to hack into the system. So him and his friends decide to hack into the system. Without knowing, he gets trapped in the system himself by using a project called Tron. He gets trapped in, and he's suddenly inside the game himself, being one of the players. He suddenly meets other characters like Tron and Ram, who help him get out of there as quickly as they can and restore their world into form. This movie is a lot of twists and turns, and a lot of confusing things happen. You gotta understand the world of Tron in order to understand what's going on. But if you can get through that, the movie is actually very fun to watch, and I think recommend it a lot. It has really cool graphics and really cool energy about the whole thing. It's a good movie, but the only thing I could say that's bad about it is that it's hard to understand sometimes. So you have to read a little bit and try to understand a little bit more just to get into the hang of it. But no pressure anyway. The characters. Let's start with the one main guy himself. The main guy himself is really awesome, and he's a hacker. So he definitely works pretty well at the mechanics he gets into. So Flint is very awesome indeed, the way he hacks and everything. So he's definitely good working in brains and things. Tron himself is definitely a fun hero. He definitely works pretty well with Flint as a good friend of his. That way it kind of balances out pretty well. And Ram. While we don't get to see him much in the movie, he seems pretty friendly when you first meet him, and he seems to be very good at how the game works. So he's sort of like you're introducing to the game sort of thing. And that's Tron for you. Overall, Tron's a very awesome movie, just that you have to understand a little bit of it first. I'd say a 9 out of 10 for Tron. As for Apple Dumpling Gang, a 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed our reviews of those two movies, and we'll be back here to talk about our next two movies. Or whatever, next. On our one other movie next. Next will be You by Bro on Marvel. Yeah, so be sure to vote on which Marvel movie I should review very soon. Bye! Be sure to look at the community tab for what I should vote next. Bye! See you later! Good night, everybody!